let me do the house cleaning really quick and then we'll get into the commentary because some people might be a little confused. Well, the essentials are this that Mauler and Rags have a podcast called EFAP, and essentially they and some guests run through X, Y, and Z media, usually a film or TV show, and just talk about it for hours and hours and hours. Now, this is not technically the EFAP. This seems to be basically a big slice of the EFAP by a fan site. So to be fair, this might not be exactly how the EFAP was. This is still a big chunk. This is like 5 hours. So again, I think that's a fair amount of it, so to be a fair sample, but I want to be very clear, this isn't technically the EFAP directly. This is from a fan site. Mauler and Rags are discussing with friends Falcon and Winter Soldier, but as we're going to see, there's a big payoff because this is very proof positive. He isn't just a sexist, and now this is a logical problem he's presented himself with.
But they're not as good people, you see, because Walker gets angry when his friends are killed. You're like, oh, damn. Have you guys seen all the stuff where people are like, Cap would never do that, even if Falcon was killed in front of him, he would never kill someone like that? It's like, bullshit. We don't know that.
Yeah, I have.
He kills people.
I don't. Yeah.
Not only does he kill people all the time, he gets angry because he's a human.
Yeah.
It's not just like this.
He killed that guy that he kicked in Winter Soldier whose legs broke when he fell off the ship and he drowned to death. And there was that time in Age of Ultron where Cap grabs a dude while he's on his motorcycle and drags him along the ground for about 5 seconds before throwing him into his buddies. Just, again, this universe wants to pretend like there's never been blood on Cap's shield. There's a lot of blood on that shield.
Where are the guns? Nobody has any guns.
Yeah.
Smashers like punch people. If you have a gun, they're really easy to kill. Just shoot them in the head.
There's a gun shootout by the storage containers, and when it happened, I was like, "Oh, right, guns exist."
Yeah, guns.
People can shoot at each other. Holy shit, I forgot.
Falcon has guns. He
does.
whips him out like Civil War.
And if you'll note,
Red Wing has like a machine gun on him.
Do you remember when at one point Walker is like, oh, why is it always knives with these guys? Like it's like a funny like hee hee, but it's like Walker, you have a gun. It's right there. It's the sidearm.
Yeah, shoot them with your gun.
Guns are really good against knives, actually.
Guns with knives, yeah.
Well, as we learn, guns are primitive, not like our spears. Human beings ever made.
So I want to. This is one of the ones we haven't gone over yet. Actually, as an example of what Cap does. So if you guys remember Civil War, it's a pretty cool movie. Sometimes he throws a shield, bounce, hits this guy in the neck, and he does like a Mortal Kombat sort of low health bar move. You know what I mean, Fringy, right? Where he's like, oh, he's dazed.
How did he not dead?
So what I want to highlight here is that this guy's fucked. He's out. You could probably push him over with a pinky finger. This is what Cap decides to do with a combatant that's probably donezo. Kick him so hard he flings across the room and slams into that table. That guy's probably dead. By the way,
if that
I want to make
vein getting compressed didn't do it.
Yeah.
So what is the big deal? Well, and it's really shocking because Mauler says this and Fringy says it, and he agrees that, yeah, Captain America just killing people, I'm okay with that. Now, this is a massive problem and is logically committed to sexism because with Black Widow and Wonder Woman, and not just them, but a few other female characters, when they kill people, now it's a problem. That is what he's committed to because he definitely calls Wonder Woman a war criminal and he thinks Black Widow is a depraved mass murderer. Well, again, that is how the charge of sexism works. If there is systemic bias towards a man against a woman, that is proof positive. Yes, you are a sexist.
Wanda Maximoff was summarily character assassinated as well, conducting mass torture and slavery with no discrimination of age while condemning the only person with the power to stop her to a lifetime of puppetry, to then flee the scene as soon as the authorities decided to even attempt to hold her accountable.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
You need to reassess your entire existence. She annihilates people to the point of blasting through doorways, unconcerned for those on the other side. Like, what if there was some children tied up right there? Then she keeps making terrible decisions, like blocking every round in the rifle by skirting across the ground rather than moving toward the man firing. She moves faster than sound. What the fuck is this decision? Did you just want to look cool? Because it wasn't cool. Then there's her lack of movement while he fully reloads his gun. She could have taken it and punched him. She could have used that lasso she constantly forgets she has. She could have put him to the ground. Instead, she gives him the god-killing super move. What the fuck? She fucking vaporized him. She destroyed a huge portion of this building. She endangered the lives of every child there. She's lost her fucking mind. After witnessing this maniac cause a significant disaster, possibly killing several people outside, with the debris fucking people up too, on top of painting the room with the blood of her enemies, all motivated by a sense of vengeance alone, a lit shooting. And if she's gone this far, why the hell isn't she using a gun? I hope none of you are going to make the argument that she doesn't want to kill anyone, because we're gonna have words in a minute. But seriously, what are you fuckers doing? Are you differently abled? How are you taking this long to realize that this very normal-ass, non-gun-wielding human is assaulting your prison right in front of you? And then, how does the heli manage to endure being shot by a tsunami of bullets, not to mention a bloody minigun? Yelena sits here while a barrage of bullets narrowly scrapes past every inch of her. This is some monumental plot armor for the character, but even more so for the helicopter. That thing is going down. To finish up, Natasha couldn't possibly hold Alexei with one hand on a rope, and while a torrent of snow is crashing into her. They both died in the avalanche, and the helicopter is fucked as well. But ignoring that abominable action scene in terms of the details, something is dwarfing the rest of the phenomenal writing, and that is the thorough assassination of both Natasha Romanov and Yelena Romantomonomolov, or whatever the fuck they're going with. They just executed hundreds of people.
Now, to be fair, it could be Mauler's not a sexist. He's just insanely lazy and just forgot what he said and doesn't care. And maybe he's just biased towards Captain America because he's biased towards Captain America. The fact that he's a man, well, that's convenient, but it doesn't necessarily show sexism. It is logically sexism, but maybe it's not like an actual bias. That just happens to be the bias in the way it works. It just aligns that way. But I don't know. That seems a magical coincidence because he keeps spreading this out to certain characters, but with other characters, he doesn't seem to care. He seems to be very, very sensitive about it because it's not just Wonder Woman, it's not just Black Widow. Now with Wanda, he's also become very, very sensitive, saying, I can't believe she's killing these people. I can't believe she's torturing these people. But you yourself just admitted that Captain America very violently killed off a bunch of people. You're not saying he should pay for his crimes. You're not even calling them war crimes. You're just saying, oh, I think that's fine. That's acceptable. Wait a minute. So him killing people is okay because it's in the line of duty. He's Captain America. He's a white man. He's got a shield. He's magic. You just like the politics behind the films. You just like these films. Because on Civil War, he's insanely biased. He considers that one of the greatest things of all time. He just keeps bringing up Civil War is peak cinema. It is the most beautiful cinema of all time. There is nothing more perfect than Civil War, blah, blah, blah. He loves his Captain America films. So you're like, wait a minute. So Captain America using machine gun, blowing away people? I'm okay with that. Captain America using the shield to violently kill people? I'm okay with that. Wonder Woman using her shield to violently kill people? Now we have a problem. Black Widow violently killing people? Now we have a problem. Wanda violently killing people, even when they're threatening her life? We have a problem there. We're like, wait a minute. Okay, one case, maybe. 2 cases, I don't know. 3 cases, and I'm sure if I go through more cases, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Something's not right here. Wait a minute. Again, how many cases do we have to go through before we reach the S word? I don't know. The fairest thing I could say with Mauler is he probably does have sexist biases, but it's not strong, I guess, ordinarily, because people have used this as an actual excuse that, well, in the EFAP, the EFAP has female guests. So there, he can't be a sexist. If the female guests keep magically acting like parrots and always agree with what he happens to say, what? That's not proof that he's not a sexist. That would be proof he is a sexist. That's the essence of sexism, is male dominance. So them coming on and basically touching his man tits and agreeing with everything he says, that's not showing lack of sexism. You don't understand EFAP logic. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't understand EFAP logic because it doesn't seem to exist. Their idea of logic is nonsensical. But women overall can't kill people. So is he like a flaming sexist, moderate sexist? He's definitely logically committed to sexist positions. But is it just for the money, or does he actually hate women? I'm going to be nice. I'm probably going to guess it's a little bit of both, and he can have it both ways with Captain Marvel, because definitely when she kills anybody, he gets all huffy and puffy. But I'd be nice and say Captain Marvel may be a question mark, because I do agree the film was not well written.
Know that.
Yeah, I have.
He kills people.
I don't. Yeah.
Not only does he kill people all the time, he gets angry because he's a human.
Yeah.
It's not just like
Yeah,
this.
he killed that guy that he kicked in Winter Soldier whose legs broke when he fell off the ship.
Know that.
Yeah, I have.
He kills people.
I don't. Yeah.
Not only does he kill people all the time, he gets angry because he's a human.
Yeah.
It's not just like
Yeah,
this.
he killed that guy that he kicked in Winter Soldier whose legs broke when he fell off the ship.